Yes, hello, we're live. Quick show today. As I have something special, I have the very best Batman comic book story I have ever read. And that is no joke. You will never meet in your real life anybody that has read more Batman comics than me. That is not a, maybe unless they work at DC or extreme comic book fans. I've read everyone that matters, and this is the best. And so yeah, it's a big deal. Next, I have Diana, Princess of the Amazons, which is one of their latest DC young audiences graphic novels. This is where they're going all in. These are making a lot of money for them. And I'll tell you about this one. But yeah, this is the one I was telling you about, Last Night on Earth. So we'll go into that. I'll also review 22 versus the Earth, which is a spin-off, I guess. It's a short based on Soul, right? The character 22. You know, is it good? Is it not good? It's only 5 minutes. It's on Disney Plus, so it's nothing big. But still, to be honest, I think I'll start with that. But the main event, baby, I have two. I have, first of all, a knockout from the latest UFC event, 257, I believe. And the crazy thing is, it is the most delayed knockout possibly of all time inside a UFC ring. The commentators commentated it as such. So yeah, it's a delayed knockout, which means the guy was knocked out, but his brain did not connect with his will. It is something to behold. And if you do not like combat, I have a cat squeezing in a glass crack. It's like 2 glass doors. He squeezed in this crack, and man, it is insane. Like, there's plenty of videos that you probably have seen of cats squeezing into things, but this one is shocking. And so yeah, I'll show you that, but shocking in a good way. It's funny. But so yeah, without further ado, let's start with the quick one, which is 22 versus the Earth. So yeah, real quick, like I said, it's 5 minutes. I got a clip here, it's 54 seconds. That's a fifth of the entire thing. But this will just play in the background. So it is 22 before the film. So this is like a prequel where, of course, 22 hates the idea of going to Earth, etc., etc. And it's him pushing his agenda, like straight up. And it's pretty much... it doesn't hurt anybody, you know what I mean? It's nothing special. You will not, have extreme emotions towards it. It's not must view. It is light. And if you care about the character, I guess, then sure, but it's nothing special. And that's pretty much all I gotta say, because it is 5 minutes. So you know right now if you want to see it or not. And I took down the page where I was supposed to score it, but straight up I give it a 7 out of 10. It's good, but nothing crazy. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into the meat of it all. Batman, Last Night on Earth, written by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, which is the team that has been on Batman for a very long time. Not now, but like before. It's the most well-known modern Batman run, starting here with the Court of Owls. Again, same team, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. This is one of their endings. They've done like 3, maybe even more than that, endings, but this is one of their most definitive ones. I will show you. First of all, we'll put the graffiti because I gotta talk a little bit. Okay, simply put, this is from DC Black Label. Okay, in the same way they're going all in on their young DC graphic novels for kids. These Black Label are for adults, and the truth about comic books, which nobody will tell you, it's something you figure out once you've read like a lot, but this is the true purpose of Marvel and DC, and this is the secret that they don't tell you, that you just figure out as you go, which is, in a movie, you have 3 acts, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, of course. Comic books are forever, and I do mean forever, in Act 2. That's it. You will never get an Act 3, and sometimes you'll go to Act 1 just because they redo origins, right? So Batman, perfect example, they had, and this guy wrote 0 Year, Batman 0 Year, which was a same thing. It was the first year of Batman's run. So that would be going back to an Act 1. What you will never see is an Act 3, because it breaks the rules of comic books. If you were to know the ending of Batman, and that's it, story's over. It's over. You can't have any more comic books. Same thing with every single character. Yes, every now and again a character will die. Every now and again there will be a quote-unquote ending, but it's only a matter of time before another writer comes in, brings them back to life, or restarts the story, or it's never ending. Right? Those are the rules. You can never kill villains. You can never kill heroes permanently because of that rule. And in a way, it's what holds comics back. But that's only DC and Marvel. But we're not talking about indie comic books here, which of course have a beginning, middle, and end. They're adapting, what's it called? On Netflix with Robert Downey Jr. producing. Damn it. Def something. Anyway. But point is, it's only DC and Marvel. But DC Black Label is finally bucking that trend. Not only is it comic book made for adults explicitly, these are mature themes. The first one, famously, called Batman Damned, which is not very good, had Batman's dick in it. I'm not kidding. Batman issue 1, Batman Damned, which is extremely rare now. If you want to buy a copy, if you want to see, you can see it online, of course, but if you want to buy a copy of that book, you have to go on eBay or whatever. Like, they made it purposeful so that Batman's dick was a expensive commodity. But enough fun. Like, this, we're talking about like the best story here. And here's the thing: I can't go into spoilers because it's constant spoilers, it's constant reveals, it's constant, and that's what makes it so good. Is that you're always being taken along the ride. And here we go. All I can show you, okay, is quote unquote the beginning, which is, look, Batman is in a post-apocalyptic world where the heroes lost. Okay, this is a horrible world, Mad Max style, but not really. Just post-apocalyptic, right? Where a lot of the heroes are dead, a lot of the villains are dead, and what is left is a uninhabitable wasteland, okay? With multiple, it's like a road comic, and if you're gonna have a road comic, you need a partner. You need somebody to ride shotgun. So here we go, this is the beginning, okay? Batman comes out of some sand, that's all I'll say. He hears something, hears some tinging, there's a stick in the sand. What is this? A jar, a glass jar, with Joker's head inside. Again, this is the beginning. Joker wakes up. Who's there? He's like ready to punch Joker in the face, even though it's just a head in a glass jar, How are you alive, And I won't go into it. And the crazy thing is, this story, I think for the first time in history, is narrated by Joker himself, not in his language, not in the way he speaks now, which is like jokes and like constant jabs, if you will. It's actually told from his brain. Like, what if Joker was introspective? Is the narration, and that wouldn't work if it wasn't well written. And it's incredible. So it's Batman, Joker's head in a glass jar, going on a road trip through a post-apocalyptic DC universe, right? That's all I'll say. That's all I can say, because I really want to spare you the details. It is surprisingly dense. Like, it doesn't look thick, but trust me, while reading it, it is a thick read, okay? As big as any other trade. And like, the art's incredible, you know what I mean? It's top tier art. And the one thing I'll say too is that in terms of Joker, right? This is, man, it's everything, okay? Like, this is an end. Like I told you, this is an ending that they chose to make. And this is the third act of Batman if it was written by the best comic book writer of Batman in the last 20 years, if not ever, in my opinion. He is my favorite, Scott Snyder. He beats Grant Morrison, he beats Tom King, he beats Dennis O'Neil, and he beats, there's a fourth one that I'm forgetting, but any Batman writer you respect or like, he's better, in my opinion. Of course, he's proven as such in terms of sales and in terms of reverence. Court of Owls, of course, is the biggest recent Batman comic in memory. It's the one everybody's read. Don't know why, but that's just the case. And so, as such, it's a 5 out of 5, that's obvious. But here's the thing. The people seem to not like this, again, because it's a third act, because he makes choices, because things actually happen and stand, and people don't want that. They're so used to the second act, they're so used to everything being open-minded, so that, change is never real. But what if change is real, and the choices made you did not agree with? This is not my Batman, this is not my Joker, and then, hence, people would hate it. To me, bring me a good story. I will love it. And same thing with the Batman Who Laughs, right? Which I talked about it before. This introduced the villain, the Batman Who Laughs, who's a Batman who got Jokerized in a parallel universe, tries to take over ours. Completely villainous Batman. Villain, same writer, but not the same artist. But again, this was my recent favorite. So these two are insane. But like I said, getting into comics is extremely easy. All you gotta do is choose a favorite character and go, best comics, Shazam, best Shazam comics, best Wonder Woman comics, and then they will give you writers, they will give you series, and then you just start with volume 1. So that's what I'm saying right here. All you gotta do is go Batman volume 1, The Court of Owls, and go from there. And it literally continues. You got volume 2, and and then you just keep going. Like volume 3 is Death of the Family. And all of these are extremely well received. Like you see like 433, 427. This one is like 432. It's like one of the most well received. So just jump in, okay? Especially here with Scott Snyder. Just keep going. It keeps going for a while. And then one day you'll get to this, which is, like I said, an ending. And possibly the best Batman ending and my favorite Batman comic book of all time. And I'm serious about this. So yeah, it's Batman. Boom, baby. Next. It's a hot day, by the way. That's how it goes. I got my fan in air that I'll install soon. Okay, Diana, Princess of the Amazons. Unfortunately, this is one of the weak ones. Okay, I reviewed Harley Quinn, which also disappointed me, gave it a 3. I reviewed Primer, which was by far excellent. 5 out of 5. I would recommend it. You buy it for anybody, for yourself, and then you give it to like a niece or something. It was incredible and a perfect testament to what this series can do. Thing is, it was the only one with an original character. Okay, Diana, Princess of the Amazons is even made for younger audiences, seemingly 10-ish. Now, of course, I'm reviewing this for fun, just because, you know, why not? A good story will stand, you know, whatever scrutiny, regardless of whose audience it's for. You know, ask the young adult novels, which are like still the biggest novels, even though they're literally for teenagers. But anyway, this one was unfortunately one of the weak ones. Not only did it have the weakest art of the 3, but also the story was pretty tame. In this case, the origins of her is that she is the classic made out of clay. So Diana, Wonder Woman, was made out of clay, brought into existence by the will of the gods. Now, she is alone. She's the only kid on the island, so she herself, I don't mind going into spoilers here, she herself creates a friend out of clay. And something happens to bring it to life, so she has a clay friend that is her age. Thing is, that clay friend, a little sus. And they're like, look, there's this door with demons, only Amazons can open it, why don't you test it out? She's like, I'm not sure I should do that, but the clay girl convinces her to do it. They open the door, and this is what happens. It's the only bit of amazing art in the whole thing. Boom. All the demons come out, the colors shift, and all of these are like extremely cool. But again, this is just background. Like, none of them speak. You know, they're just fighting in the background. Well, it's all about Diana and her clay friend, and all that entails. Now, it wasn't a bad story. It was just a weak one. You know what I mean? I read it. That's it. Like, nothing taken away from it, which in a way is just as bad as an actual bad comic book. So yeah, so that's a hard 3, but the art was worth it, and you know, like I said, it's not bad. So here we go, mid event time. Is it? Yeah, it is. I wanted this to be a short show today. So here we go. Main event. We'll start with the cat going through the crack, because in case you do not want to see a knockout, in case you don't want to see somebody get punched in the face real hard, you might have to leave in 2 seconds. But first, watch this cat going through this crack, okay? I'm gonna turn off the music, but there's no sound really. Here we go. This is the best source I could find of it. I know there's a song, but here we go. Look at how small that crack is. Squeezes in. This is normal speed, by the way. All the cats are like, what the? He keeps going. At this point, it's scary, because half of his body is through the crack. Dude, look at him. Look. How? That's impossible. I can't believe, like, his head is the craziest part, because that's the one part that is not jellyfishy, you know what I mean? The head of a cat is bone. Anyway, one last time, okay? I'll talk less, because it's... Wow. Once he got the head, he knew he was okay. And here's my fear, is that the internal damage, because again, that crack is so small. It's squeezing his intestines, his heart, everything that's inside. Man, that worries me, man. But it's an impressive feat, and shows you how, like, cats are just jellyfish on 4 legs. Finally, got a knockout for you. Okay, so this knockout, again, if you do not want to see violence, do not watch. This is, like, I cannot find it in real time nowhere. It's like they're hiding it from us, mostly because it is that good of a knockout, so I'm guessing UFC do not want people to see it for free. It's like that good. So it's Edson Barboza, one of our favorites, legend, right? So here we go. Now, this angle, we see everything, but when you were watching it, you had no idea this punch was this hard.
Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes, Joe.
Okay.
Watch what he looks
Then he's still up. He's still up. Look at him. He's ready to fight. Let's go. Let's go. Dead.
Wait, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. See that? His eyes are just kind of gold. He's out.
So yeah, that was the slow-mo replay. So once more. Boom. Okay. But look at the time and his confidence. It's like nothing happened. And he's completely there, ready to fight. Let's go. We're continuing. Nothing happened.
Wait.
And then his body shuts down, even to the point where his eyes are staring straight ahead with no movement.
Wait. Look at his
And
eyes.
I've never seen the will
Kind of gold.
of a fighter to tough it out,
Watch his eyes.
beat the brain's capacity to shut down.
He realized, like,
His willpower
wait.
overpassed his brain for only 2 seconds. But this has never been done.
He's out.
And Shane Burgess is the guy who got knocked out. Great fighter, right? So yeah, respect went up for him, even though he got knocked out. Because that's the will of a fighter that cannot be understated. Insane stuff. So that's why I watch UFC, man. Every time you get a big chance of seeing something crazy you've never seen before. And it's human chess. That's why I love it so much. It's literally human chess where, what if every body part was a piece of chess? How you move them and how you plan ahead is all that matters. Anyway, good stuff. So until next time, like I said, Batman, Last Night on Earth, incredible. But do not read it unless you've at least started from Court of Owls, from the beginning. Batman Volume 1, from Scott Snyder, Craig Capullo. Doesn't get better. Till next time, Horror Week continues, of course, and tomorrow begins my animation festival in which I will see over 100 animated shorts from around the world in a cinema. This is a big, big deal for me. This is a dream come true, and I cannot wait. And so yeah, unfortunately, in terms of like showing you stuff of that, it's going to be hard, but I'll try my best. And if not, of course, Horror Week continues till Friday for the Quiet Place Part 2 and Army of the Dead. So I'll see you next time. Love and respect.